this. So we have this rule, right? Let's learn about properties file. So we have this rule that we will never hard code, right? But what have we done? In the driver, we can see that here we had put, what we did, we had put https dot google.com and we are getting the URLs. Okay, driver dot get. So here, how do we handle it? So here I've created a property file. So uh, we so before going into that, why there's one question that we can declare the URL over here also, right? I can just paste this, put it at URL, and then give the path of the whatever the the value user the dir, right? So here also I can do in the config properties I can get the value, right? But why are we going it through? But that would be hard coded, right? That would be hard coded value. If some manual tester or other team member wants to do it, they have to run it on another environment. They have to change from here. So which we do not want. So that's why we are going to create a new package called company name.utils. So we will not keep it in driver, we will not keep it in constants, but we will keep it in utils. So before doing that, we will also uh, this is to read the properties file. We have to create properties file also. So we have to create a property file. So it's a resource, right? So that's why I put it in test src test resources, right? Here we will create a folder called config. So from here you can right click new other and then you can go to folder. Okay, this one. So here you can go and create a config folder, and in this you can create a new file, right? New file and then config.properties. So in this you can put, here I have put URL, right? So how do I read this URL? That is one question, right? So we need to write some code for that to read it. So what we'll do, we will in the src main Java, we will create a package called com.prashant.utils, and in that we will create a class called read property file. In this class, I will first create a file input stream. Okay, so first of all, I will just make this class final because I don't want anyone to extend it, any other class to extend it, and then I will also make it private, give it private constructor so that no one can create object of this class, right? So yeah, so let's talk about the method. So now we want to get the value from this key, right? The config.properties. All we want is this value. So what we'll do, we'll create one get value method which takes string as key, right, and returns us value of that. But how do we return it? So we have this method called prop.load, right? Dot file. But this file it takes as, you can see that it takes as input stream, right? Input stream. So for that we will create a class called input stream file. Input stream file is equal to new input stream, and in this we will put the address of our config properties, right? We will do that, and then once it is done, then we will create a properties file object on which we will use this load method prop.load file. Okay, and now if you want to get any property of this file, you just can write prop.get property, right? So here we are returning this prop.get property. But what if this value doesn't exist? So to handle that, we have written if objects dot is null. You can also write if value. So we are fetching the value of this prop.get property. It will, here key mentions URL. It is taking string, right? So we will put, for example, URL. So it will return google.com, https google.com. So if value is null for the value, so what it will do? Throw new exception. So we are creating our own exception. Property name key is not found. Please check config.properties. So this is how we do it, right? And since this is a static method, so we will directly call it in the required driver class, read properties dot get value, and here we will put URL. If we are running it, let's see if it runs fine. So I think there is some issue because of which it is not able to do it. I need to check the settings, but I think it was running before. So I will check it. Let me check it. So this is how we create. Okay. So I think issue is here. Maybe. Okay, I will take a look at this. What's the issue? But I think it's something to do with the exception, or maybe we have not saved something or something. But I will do it. Okay, let me just try it at my end and I will update you. Okay, thank you.